Hey y'all, Grand Rising, good afternoon and good evening. Whatever time you click on this reading is the right time for you, and I thank you in advance for your viewership and support. This reading has been a long time coming. I had been meaning to do this reading ever since last year when I started the Deactivation series, and thanks to the support of my subscribers, they requested for me to continue the Deactivation series of Seanpuffycombs. If you've been with me, you know that I've gone through Cassie, Jaguar Wright, 50 Cent, the Feds, and I never did get around to Gene Deal. So today we're going to tap into the energy around Gene Deal and see how he actually relates to this story and what's going on with how this is going to move forward. I've already set my prayers off camera, so we can go ahead and tap in. And can someone please mark this reading for the 1 minute and 20 second mark, and I will pin it in the comments. I thank you in advance. Angel, spirit guides, and ancestors, show me the energy around Gene Deal while he was working for Seanpuffycombs, Sean Diddy Combs. Okay, so interesting enough, we've got the Four of Swords here, which is a card of things wrapping up, coming to an end, also rest. So this is showing me that he knew it was imminent that things were going to come to an end over decisions that were attached to Diddy and his love life and things that he was allegedly getting off into. Wow, so we've got the Empress here. So we've got a Four of Swords and the Empress. That's an Empress that was put to rest. A Seven of Swords and Death at the bottom of the deck. So Seven of Swords to Death at the bottom of the deck means that there was manipulation around how someone was laid to rest, how someone actually died. This is the energy that I am pulling off of Gene. And this person who was brought to arrest, he knew, let's pay attention to the artwork here. You have a Knight of Swords up here who came and delivered the message to him about her being laid to rest. Okay, Empress is the mother. So he knew that there was a manipulative energy around how she was laid to rest. And he feels like people juggled. He even knew that Puff was juggling, you know, with this Empress, meaning that he had other people that he dealt with while dealing with her. But the juggling also is attached to this secret, the moon, things that have not been uncovered yet. So already off the top, we get that the mother that Puffy was dealing with, the mother of his children, he was around to watch him have infidelities when he was attached to her. And he saw a lot of what went on with him and the other people that he was attaching himself to while he was with her. Okay. Six of Pentacles falling after the Two of Pentacles. That's a lot of income that was invested into something. Six of Pentacles is one of those cards where it's a windfall of money. This is money that is unearned, money you can get from like winning the lottery, having a judgment in court, you know, It ain't tricking if you got it, if you follow what I'm saying. And there's money that was invested into something in secret that he knows about. What is this money around that he knows about? What is this attached to? It was attached to a wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups, that came through very swiftly, 8 of Wands, to something that was done in secret. And we're talking about top secret here, because you can't get the High Priestess unless this is something very, very covert. This is some very important information that you would only be able to have access to if you are a part of an upper echelon. And this is something that happened publicly while everyone was watching. Chariot, okay? So you got the Chariot falling under the 4 of Swords. And it's attached to the 6 of Cups, which is past energy. The Chariot is a vehicle, something that happened to someone that was laid to rest in a vehicle. Also, the Chariot is a way to transport someone to someone, okay? Run down on someone, allegedly. Hold on. Six of Cups, Ace of Wands. So, yeah, run down indeed, because you've got the Ace of Wands over the 6 of Cups. And this is also attached to this Empress, because this Empress also had information that was attached to a situation from the past. And this information, oh Lord, this is spicy. When you've got the Ace of Wands, that's forward movement and expansion, being very passionate about how you move on someone. Also, that is the phallic symbol. So baby mama also knew where you was burying your morning wood, allegedly. And you got the 7 of Pentacles, which is an investment, okay? 7 of Pentacles are seeds that you sow that grow into a bigger harvest. So this money was attached into something that you invested in that was going to manifest into a payoff for you on the back end. Something had to go for something to grow. Yeah, this was something that was done in private, in seclusion, to get someone, to separate someone, and they had to juggle with how this was going to be done. Kick it with me about the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, so it's looking like a 6 of Pentacles was invested into a diversion that was attached to a fight. So this is where Keefe D comes in, because if we remember, there was a fight that happened at the casino the night of the Mike Tyson fight. But this is looking like someone dropped a bag to cause this to happen. And this was the investment, the seed money that was put into a situation so that something could harvest or manifest out of this fight. 9 of Cups, this was a wish fulfillment. Yeah, the wish fulfillment was to cause this conflict, this argument. So they needed to have them fight and to have this argument so that they could carry out this plan in secret, the High Priestess. There's a woman attached to this, a very prominent woman, Ace of Wands. Yeah. So when you got the High Priestess on top of the 7 of Pentacles, this woman is a very key component to this information attached to these pentacles, or this seed that was sown. Either a woman knows exactly what happened because she was laying back chilling in the cut where things were being planned, or this woman carried a seed. She carried information like gossiping from one situation to the next. Interesting. Right then and there, you got emergency units coming by. So this woman may have, in secret, given a location. And this is a strong alleged, but I'm feeling that there are women attached to this. Now, what I'm channeling outside of these cards, what I'm being told from the spirit realm is, this was an old school way of doing things. Old school players used to do this, where they would hire women to date men to get intel and to also give information back to someone who had issues with you. And this is where also some of this money was possibly spent to send someone over to infiltrate someone's camp through romantic ties. Someone who's romantically tied to a man that is involved in this situation knows the full rundown of how this happened and how this was going to happen and why this happened. They're saying it is a young woman, someone who was either late teens, early 20s, very attractive yet high profile woman. Now, I'm not going to name any names because they did give me a name, and it would make a hell of a lot of sense if I said this name, because this woman was pictured out hanging out with a man that's name that is attached to this event this evening. And this woman is someone that is very high profile, especially for this time. Okay? This is somebody who, you know, may have been, you know, on a get it girl type energy back then, because when you got the Knight of Wands, you know, attached to romantic and sexual energy, this is somebody that may not have been, you know, this person's girl, but this is somebody they definitely were smashing. Also, the Knight of Wands, if you're talking about a street reading, this is a hitter, okay? This is somebody who puts in work. This is somebody who runs down on people or make things happen, okay? What I tell you about this woman, okay? Very high profile, attractive woman. This woman was someone who was popping at the time. Who was, yeah, this woman was seen in a vehicle, pictured in a vehicle. She was out there at the time when, this is attached to Pac, when Pac was laid to rest. Now, what I say, y'all, my spirit guides don't leave me wrong. Knight of Wands. She was out there, you know, as a arm candy trophy, you know, out there with somebody who was smashing. And how I know that to be true is because you got the Empress here, the Six of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and then here it is, the Knight. I mean, yeah, the Knight of Wands falling up under it. This woman may have, back in the day, possibly, allegedly, she may have even been pregnant by this person that she was smashing, because Ace of Wands to Knight of Wands, this was a very heavy, passionate situation from back in the day. And see, to be an Empress energy, you don't have to actually give birth. You just need to have been carrying life during that time. This is why this woman did not come forward and speak. The Hierophant. There are some very powerful people over the industry at this time that had control over her and her career. And I feel like she grappled with it. She went back and forth. The Two of Pentacles. And she just felt like it was best to just stay out of the way, keep her mouth shut, stay out of grown men's business. And it's like, you know, now she just wanted to focus on, you know, being in alignment and who she engaged with. She may have not even... This is telling me that she may not have even wanted to be pictured or seen out at this event, because she may have been engaged or in a committed relationship at the time, and she wasn't supposed to be seen where she was seen. And this was a hangman also to her telling the truth, because she could have been out here on creep mode, okay? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune falls under the Six of Pentacles to this fight, which lets me know what I said. Somebody invested in this fight because something had to pop off for them to get this jackpot that was going to give them stability. Four of Pentacles, that's like 4 generations of stability. So it's been about... what, 27, almost 30 years since Pac has been gone. So this was going to have them set for the next 40 years, okay? Or at least solidify a 40-year career for this person. Which makes sense, because Puffy had been in the game since the early 90s. So if you add that up, he's 30 plus years in the game, which means he was close to the end of his career anyway. If he had a 40-year span, that's wrapping up right about now. Okay, so you've got the Three of Cups here, which represents party, celebration, and it also represents third parties and collaborative energy that came together as a wish fulfillment to cause this conflict in communication while, you know, people were out celebrating. So, like, this whole situation with the beef and getting Pac and Suge into a position to where they would be arguing and fighting, it was all orchestrated, allegedly. They needed a reason to move on them. They couldn't just move on them. They had to cause some kind of ruckus so that it would appear to make sense to the public, allegedly. And in secret, this is why those seeds were sowed, to bring stability. Like I said, a 40-year career, to lock in this career for at least 40 years. But we know that 40 years, here's the hangman that's attached to this. Let's tap into the hangman attached to this. This emperor who was out with this Queen of Wands, who may have happened to be pregnant, someone who was courting her. Six of Wands moved victoriously, okay? To cause somebody to walk away or separate someone's relationship by sending someone to the other side. So here it is. Knight of Cups falls under this Four of Wands that leads to heartbreak. So this whole situation backfired for that woman, because she was out here, you know, on her city girl, hot girl, thought girl type energy, and everything went to hell for her while she was out and about being courted by this man, because you got the Two of Pentacles, which is juggling, cheating. She ended up being kicked out of this relationship. Somebody broke up with her. She ended up, you know, not marrying the person that she was engaged to, because this person found out that she was cheating, allegedly, which led to heartbreak. Yeah, and they walked away from the relationship with her due to energy attached to her being out here, you know, getting it how she lived. Somebody was tricking on her. The person she was dealing with, they got into fighting over how she was coming into her wheel of fortune. They walked away from this relationship from her because they felt betrayed. I'm pretty sure if, it's a long shot of Genius to ever hear this reading, but I'm pretty sure if he's to hear this reading, he would know exactly who I'm talking about, and this would make a world of sense to him. I'm just not going to say the person's name, but this person was definitely top of the food chain. If you know, then you know, and it would all fall in place and make sense. So a decision had to be made. A decision was made, and that decision resulted in someone no longer being here, death. And it had to happen through this third-party mean that brought it into fruition while people were out celebrating. Through this conflict and communication, that was a wish fulfillment. So the whole beef, the whole fight, the whole setup with, you know, somebody said this, somebody running in saying, hey, well, such and such and so, blah, 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 fill in the blanks. It was all a part of a bigger plan to get somebody in the right place at the right time. But they needed a reason to make this make sense. This was not gang violence, but it needed to appear to be. And this was the ultimate betrayal that had to happen. This was the, I'm literally channeling Lauryn Hill. This was the sin that did Jezebel. Yeah, this was a Judas moment. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Even the people that were put in a position to cause this to happen, they didn't understand the bigger picture of this until after it was all said and done. But here it is. You got people fighting over this Six of Pentacles, this large amount of money that was supposed to cause a windfall, that was going to put somebody in the golden age, the golden era of their life. And now you got somebody walking away from you when it comes time to pay you. And that was the wish fulfillment all along. And now it's conflict between the people who were celebrating over this decision, and in secret, the seed that was sown to bring the stability ends up becoming a betrayal. So this is where we get Keefe D. Because everything was all good, everything was cool until it wasn't. Everything was, you know, manifesting, everything played out the way that it needed to play out until there was a conflict over this Six of Pentacles. And now these people are fighting over this money, and somebody walked away with the bag. So what I'm seeing is that everything that Gene Deal has been saying throughout the years, it's solidified all right here. And being that this is Seanpuffycombs deactivation season with Gene Deal, This feels like the energy that Jean knows about Puffy, and it's solidifying everything that Jean has been saying all this time. Ace of Cups falls under this Emperor, which goes back to the mother of the children that was laid to rest, that this controlling person was supposed to love, who was the wounded warrior. And the wounded warrior is somebody who is accosted, afflicted over and over and over again, and they just endure, and they keep pushing through. And this was, you know, somebody that Puffy considered as his soulmate. But see, now she's coming back, you know, strong. Her spiritual energy, she's coming back with the Lion of Judah. And you've got the Nine of Wands to the Five of Cups. Deep sympathy, regret, remorse, shame even over being abused by someone that, you know, came to her offering commitment. The Knight of Cups falls under this. And you got this King of Cups, which we know represents water signs, which Puffy is a water sign. He had a strong hold on her, and no matter how strong she wanted to be, how many times she tried to walk away from this relationship, falling on top of the Eight of Cups. This is someone who had messengers that would run back to him to keep him abreast of what was going on with her. And this is how he could keep coming up with new ideas and new ways of being manipulative and snaking her. And now that the truth is out, is deep sympathy and regret for Puffy. And he feels betrayed over Jean, you know, coming in the spirit of truth. Over all the hard times that he's caused through his manipulation and sneaky endeavors, allegedly. This is also showing me that he's even tried to put roadblocks on Jean behind the scenes. And to no avail. To no avail. Death over the Four of Cups. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he tried to unalive Jean and it just didn't work. And now, since these towers comes, here he is with this apology, right? Yep, King of Cups. Here he is with this apology. Because he knows that there's more to come. And that's the real tower. There's much more to come. And this is the balance through the new beginning. Temperance. Hit him where it hurts. See, he started off with this Six of Coins. And he's ending this reading with the Five of Coins, which is the Five of Pentacles. So he's going from being able to, you know, if it ain't tricking if you got it, being able to throw his money around and make all types of things happen, to his money drying up from the root. So I'm going to end this reading here. This is my energetic tap in on Jean Deal and the Deactivation series, Seanpuffycombs. I want to say this is number 7. I got a couple more that I need to do with this series. I was supposed to keep this series going a while ago, but I had other things going on, but I'm back, y'all. So, yeah, this is the energy around Jean Deal, the things that he allegedly knows. And this is pretty much saying that everything that he's been saying throughout the years he's been telling us what he actually knows. He's just been waiting for information and time to catch up to what it is that he's been telling us all this time. I'm going to hit the end of this with a couple oracles, and then we're going to get up out of here. Y'all, look at this. El Shaddai. God got involved. Hades. Look at that. Went from God to Hades, the Most High, to hell. So that's showing that Puffy went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Because God got involved. El Shaddai. I can wrap it up right there. Bottom of the deck. You see that? The keeper of the whispers. So keeper of the whispers is like high priest and high priestess. This is someone who has all the secret knowledge. That's curiosity, madness, forbidden knowledge. Okay? Aaron, the master of the great hunt. So now it's a witch hunt out for Puff. Now that God has got involved, this is this is above him now. His money can't get him out of this. And there it is, the keepers of the whispers. Keepers of the whispers represents the powers that be, so to speak, the people who hid all his secrets, all the hidden knowledge. They're ready to expose him at this point. Yes, and we're going to close this out here. The exile. Strategy, failure, trauma. And this is where Puffy is now. He has been exiled. Consider him officially deactivated. And this is the close of this reading. I thank you, everyone who has been following this series, that has been keeping up with my deactivation of Seanpuffycombs. And yeah, now he's exiled, which means when the authorities come, when the rest of the information rolls out, when the rest of the truths roll in on all of the things that he has said and done, there will be no cover. There will be no protection. There is no more help from the keepers of the whispers. Boy, you can't win when you're not right within. Playing dirty never gets you to the finish line for good. So, y'all, this is it. This reading is adjourned. And thanks to Gene Deal for always telling us, you know, what's going on. He's been telling us for years. And this is right here letting me and everyone know why he was never sued for the things that he was saying. Because Puff would have had to prove in court that he was lying. Well, it looks like now he's got way bigger fish to fry than Gene. Gene was just a scratch on the surface. We're about to see the whole entire house of cards come tumbling down. And it's about time. 2024 for the win again. Like I said, this reading is adjourned. And thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Shout out to Uncle Gene. Keep doing the Lord's work.